Hey guys, it's Jasmine, your brow expert, and of course, your brow model. Okay, so I've talked about this 1,000 times, or I brought it up probably on every video I do, is that I'm now, being 56 years old, I'm okay with not having any eyebrow hair. I had my brows tattooed a long time ago, so I'm okay with it because now I'm able to cover up the tattoo because I don't have that much hair and show you guys all the different shapes and sizes and how to best do your eyebrows. Today, we're going to talk about the mountain peaks. Okay, so this looks like a mountain peak, right? Right in the middle, and you have this arch where you think it's an arch. If you guys haven't already enjoyed some of my shorts, I love that YouTube is doing that now. You guys haven't seen that, you need to take a look at some of the shorts because you might relate with some of those clients. You never know, right? Grab a pencil or a brush and the pinch of the nose right here, right? So right here, you can tell, am I looking straight here? You can tell if I just angle it just a little bit, it's right in the middle of my eyebrow, right? The best way to find your arch is do that, right? Lay it on the pinch of your nose and go in an angle right over your iris, but kind of like a 2 o'clock, almost a 3, like in between 2 and 3 o'clock. Does that make sense? Or you guys only on your digital phone? If you can't tell what 2 o'clock is, we're in trouble. Okay, so right over here and in an angle, see the difference between where this is and where properly it should be? Most people in general look best with that soft hill-like arch. So that is what that's what we're gonna do today. See the difference? It's not at the middle of the eyebrow right here. It's at the corner of the eyebrow, right over here. See that mark? You're gonna build and draw the eyebrows around that mark. So keep that, and you might able to cover it and you won't even know you have it. Right over here. And I'm going in an angle, just like that. Pay attention when you do this part right here. And I'm just going outside. See the outside of that tail above the end? And that's it. Once I've done that, I'm just gonna fill in right here. I'm zooming in so that way you guys can see how easy it is just by that little 2 mark, right? Okay, so I'm just filling in that little outline, and you notice that I didn't really drag the end down. Again, I don't want to drag my face down, right? Okay, so right out here, I want the ends to be a tiny bit darker. That's optional, you guys. Not everybody needs to do that. So that's when I use the darker color just to kind of tap in there. Here's another tip if I haven't already given it to you. Well, I have, but I'm always going to say this as well. I like the ends to be nice and sharp because I don't have any hair. So for some of you guys that are mature like myself and lost some hair towards the end, use your pinky and just kind of act like you're taking off the ends, but just grazing it right at that tip. And you get that sharp end look without struggling to make that and to look sharp with the applicator. Okay, so here's where I want you to go up a little bit more is up in the front. Okay, so right up in the front, notice that I'm going above here. So up in the front, if you go above, I'm just barely tapping and touching my eyebrows. I'm filling in the front, and I'm going up in the front a little bit more, and notice that I'm just now circling. If I circle the brush, it just spills the color and gives it that kind of light airbrush look. You don't want that kind of dark stamp look up in the front. At least I don't want that stamp look up in the front. This actually looks good on me, right? Because I have that wider cheekbone and just a wider type of face right here. Now, if you have more of a narrow face or more oval face, then you want this eyebrow to be a little bit softer than what you're looking at, right? So how do you do that? Well, you just curve the top area right here, right that middle area, you just keep curving it. Curving it, by that I mean just doing this little circular motion right in the middle of the eyebrow, but a tiny bit. You don't want you to go too exaggerated, right? So then you're creating more of that domey hill-like without looking so straight. So that's definitely an option. You want to go higher and higher. You notice that I'm curving it right around that light mark over there. And I'm just going higher and higher. It's going higher and more curved at that corner, not in the middle, not here, out there. So again, I'm just curving it and curving it. And that's, wow, I can just say that's pretty much it. Say that you have this and you want it to look like that. Well, you can't, unless you tweeze or wax off that high peak, right? So try that. If you want to, you can maybe wax or tweeze off some of that little area of the hair right there, just a tiny bit. If I put a brush right here, see, that actually works, right? So if you do this and go, okay, I can do without that, take it off. Or if you're nervous and you're like, you know, I kind of like that middle peak arch, but let's go a little bit more on the angle, right up here, right over here. So that way you cut the ski slope right over here. See, it's all about I'm using the mountain analogy here. Ski slope, it was kind of in that weather right now, right? Okay, ski slope, you're cutting that. And notice how I said the other side you go above. So you're staying up here. So notice that this line going straight down, go above that straight line. Okay, so again, doing that circular dome motion, I'm going circular and I'm just going right here and that's it. Just in that circular motion while that hair is still there. Okay, so, and then on the bottom, I'm just going underneath to make it a little bit fuller and just a little bit more curved. Now, again, excuse me for all the darkness, but because I have that makeup underneath, the concealer, it's making the powder and the color going really dark. But I always say most of the time it's about the shape for me. Sometimes I cover the colors. That's a different video, right? So just know that this one is all about the shape. So notice it's actually not bad. And if I even go higher, which I will just to give you guys that visual, if I go even higher right here, and remember, I haven't softened that peak. I'm going higher here, and I'm going higher on the outside here. I just toned down that peak. That's pretty good, right? Okay, so if you guys did this because you're not ready to tweeze that high mountain peak and you want that soft look, go around that top area and let me know if it worked out for you. Or if you might have tweezed that and you're now doing this, let me know as well. Thank you for your time, and I will see you guys right back here. Bye.